Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching and listening to Historian Radio, and this is Echoes of the News. And I am Muhammad Hussain Qazi, and these are today's headlines from the past. On this day, the 7th of October 1571, the Battle of Lepanto took place between the Christian naval forces and the Ottoman Navy, resulting in the Ottoman Navy's defeat in their attempt to liberate or capture Cyprus from the control of the Christian Navy. And so, this would secure itself as one of the first conflicts to take place between Turkey and another power over the area of Cyprus, a crisis that continues well on to this day. Continuing on this date, the 7th of October, in 1913, Henry Ford championed his production line, which has since been regarded by industrialists across the world as one of the most significant developments and technological achievements in the history of production and manufacturing. Henry Ford, albeit initially championed it for the production of his cars, the production line was then applied to many such things, including but not limited to the production of light bulbs, the production of generators, and the production of weapons. And moving on from that unfortunate note, in 1922, the first royal broadcast was made by the then Prince of Wales, Prince Edward, Prince of Wales, on 2LO11, what would in the future become the British Broadcasting Service. This would be one of the most groundbreaking and tradition-breaking habit that a royal did in that half of the 20th century. And speaking of breaking tradition, on the 7th of October 1988, an Alaskan hunter spotted trapped gray whales beating their heads against the ice surface in order to break themselves free. This then became a moment where the international community paid great attention to the rescue of gray whales. What would be ironic and tradition breaking, if you will, was that the hunters who would usually hunt these gray whales would become the rescuers of these gray whales. And on that fascinating note, we now move on to the next segment of our show, where we recount the famous births and deaths of famous figures from the 20th centuries and 19th centuries and sometimes earlier. And born on this day, the 7th of October 1885, was Niels Bohr, or Niels Bohr, Danish physicist who worked first with Rutherford in Manchester and then on the atomic bomb in the United States. His contributions most definitely changed not just the world of physics, but the world of warfare. And alongside him on the 7th of October 1955, Yo-Yo Ma, Chinese cellist born in Paris and trained in the United States, was born. Yo-Yo Ma is regarded as one of the most known cellists in the history of the profession, that is violinist music or violin music. Continuing on this date, unfortunately, in 1849, on the 7th of October 1849, Edgar Allan Poe, the famous writer and poet behind poems like Raven, passed away. On this date, the 7th of October 1849. And on this unfortunate note, we now conclude today's headlines, and you are watching and listening to Historian Radio's Echoes of the News, and I am Muhammad Hussain Qazi, and these are today's headlines as history first heard them. Good night.